G'day everyone, welcome back to day 13, and I'm probably going to do day 14 in this one as well because I'm running a bit behind. I kind of got sidetracked yesterday with organisation of my ridiculous haul, which reminded me I was going to get something out to show you. So I'm disappearing while I pull out some of the organisation to show you some of the things that I've been up to. Um, it's definitely been I was talking about it in Emily's stream yesterday. I think I get just as much enjoyment out of reorganizing stuff as I do of buying the stuff. I don't know. But we all determined that I've got issues. So what I did yesterday was I just haven't finished it off. So it's just got a rubber band on. I'll probably put a nice ribbon tie on there. But I made this nice little ephemera storage. So just for lots of different little things, just so they're not all over the place. So I kind of put that together. So that was one thing that I made. And then last night I had to, which is another reason why the hug didn't get done yesterday, was I had to. My best friend asked if I would go to her Girls Brigade group, which is similar to Girl Guides, and they're doing paper craft. So I went and did, I'm just going to get rid of that, went and did some origami with the girls. So we made some envelopes. So we did this. And of course we made a little crane. Because, we talked about the tradition of origami and the meaning behind the crane and things like that. And because they're teenage girls, young teenage girls, I wanted to do something that they would enjoy. They all liked the envelope. And the other thing that we made was a little origami box. So it pops open and we've got like a little origami box. So we, and it was something easy and repetitive that they could put together and create like that. So that was kind of my day yesterday. And then, of course, I had to remember how to make all of this stuff before I went there. So I spent half the day playing with my ephemera and putting away all papers and stuff like that. And then once it was organised, it was good. I was like, oh, that's right, I've got to remember I've got to teach origami tonight. So then I was like, oh, I better figure out what I'm doing. So that is kind of what I have been busy doing. So I'm just going to get straight in and while we're having a chat and start on this. So this year's 13. So it's been kind of, I sit there and thought after the performance that things would die down and be a little bit easier to stuff, but I'm finding other things to keep myself busy, which is good. Going away next week, so that is fantastic. I've got a wedding of one of my best friends up north. So I want to be able to go and obviously go to the wedding, 117. And yeah, so I've got to make a card for her wedding, and I'll show you guys that once it's done. So I'm trying to design a card, and I'm going to incorporate parts of the invitation and stuff into it that she can put up on display if she chooses to. And I'm just seeing if she's got any hands. Does not look like I can see any of her hands. Okay. So that is the plan there. I'm going to come in with 70. So I'm going to get in and make that at some point. And then I also want to start my colour along today in Lost Ocean. So hopefully I'll get in and get that started. And I want to start the new season of Lucifer. So I'm figuring I'm going to kind of have Lucifer playing while I'm colouring along with the in Lost Ocean, and then I will what words, Tammy. Okay, going to come in with 93. And I will... Still words. What am I talking about? Oh, colour along. And I'll put a voiceover to it. So that allows me to speed up some bits and then take things out that are repetitive and stuff like that. So that is what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to use the Phoenix colour pencils and hopefully it turns out. So that will be up hopefully in the next few days. Alright. Okay. I'm going to come in with 101. So putting some of the details into here. So yes, it's been quite a crazy ride in the last week. I'm kind of a little bit sad. I miss the busyness of Hell Week with rehearsals and performance. But it's also been nice to just relax and zone out and just potter around the house. The house is all clean and tidy now, and so it's feeling quite, a nice place to be. The girls are in their last week of school, so they're just enjoying kind of going and hanging out and stuff like that. Em's home most of it now because it's exam block, so she only has to go when she has exams on. 114. So concentrating on hair flicks. But no, I really enjoyed the theatre production. It was definitely good for my mental health to get back out and be doing something with people, and all of that kind of stuff. I don't think I annoyed too many people. As is always the way with performances, there's always a little bit of tension, with people and different personalities and things like that. But I was hanging out backstage most of it because I was helping out with prop and movement and backstage stuff, so didn't really get too involved with dressing room chatter and stuff, which is kind of sad as well because I see lots of photos of all of the ladies and stuff in the dressing room as they're getting ready and things like that, and I did miss out on a lot of that, but it still was enjoyable to... Now I'm like, what colour did I use? I think it was 103. I don't know. It was enjoyable to meet new people and hopefully make some new friends, and if we do performances again in the future, I've got a lot of new people there. And what was really nice, because there was a lot of people that hadn't done theatre before, and myself, I haven't done a proper theatre production in too long to remember. A lot of comments from like the people that watched, that they were surprised that we were, it didn't come across as an amateur theatre production. That it was, everyone enjoyed it. It was well put together. It looked great on stage and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, it definitely was something, that I'm going to remember, and I'm glad I did. Okay, I'm going to come in with 51. 51. So I'm just laying down a base colour here with the 51. So it's nice to be doing a different fairy tale, a bit of Beauty and the Beast instead of Cinderella. I had to laugh when Shannon was doing her stream for her latest Golden Book journal, and she's done Cinderella, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Cinderella again. So the world is full of Cinderella. But no, it was a bit funny. I was like, can't get away from the Cinderella. Okay, 108. But what's even funny is I'm still, waking up in the middle of the night with the songs playing in my head. And I'm like, I don't need to know these songs anymore. I don't need to care that the prince is having a ball. And that it's possible. But yeah, just... it's definitely been great. We went out on Sunday to the director's place, who has the most amazing place. So she's got 5 acres of gardens, and she does open gardens with them and is part of a gardening club. And she has all of these different zones in her garden. She's got a Japanese garden, she's got a palm garden, a one that looks like, at the end of a port, like ship port kind of thing, and she has all of these sculptures, and it's just an incredible place to visit. Alright, and then I'm going to come in with 25. And so it's just a lovely atmosphere, and she's an artist as well, so she's got her own studio and all of that stuff is also, and just such a peaceful vibe out there because it's out of town, and it was nice to kind of relax and chat with members of the cast and crew afterwards. Although we're all kind of just sitting there, I think feeling a little bit flat, and all of us have got that end of performance sniffles and so forth, and like a couple of people were like, oh, we'll sit over here because we're not feeling well. It's like, we're all in the same boat. It's all good. You don't have to sit away. We've all got it. But luckily mine hasn't gone any further than just being a bit of a sniffle. I know some people have felt really unwell after it, and it's really hit them. I'm just thankful that like normally, generally I don't get too under the weather, apart from an occasional migraine or something like that, and mental health. I generally don't get like colds and stuff as well much as other people do. Okay, going to come in with 6. Just laying down this colour. Come back in with a little bit of that hair colour, I think. Trying to see what's hair and what's cape. This part is a little bit difficult. So yes, it's already, thinking about, do I do another performance in the new year? There'll be nothing happening, I don't think, this year, or there might be one towards the end of the year. I don't know, but it's definitely been something I've enjoyed. Now next week is going up and seeing my mum and my friends and other family, which is going to be awesome. If we don't have another lockdown or anything occur. Generally seems to happen at school holidays, those kinds of short snap lockdowns. Last holidays, Georgia never got to go up and see her father and stuff, so hopefully at this point we can still get up there and travel up there, but we will take it as it comes. Her dad messaged me yesterday and he's like, he goes, lockdown, is annoying because the south of like Victoria and New South Wales and all are in lockdown at the moment, and because he's part of his costume design is he is working on he creates like his business and who he works for. He creates the webbing and stuff for the military, but they've also gotten into doing that kind of stuff for those kind of movies that are being done. So he just recently did the costumes for a Chris Hemsworth movie that has been filmed, and he's working on another one. And he messaged me and he's like, he goes, if lockdown wasn't on, he goes, I could have got Georgia as an extra in the latest movie he's working on, but it required going to Melbourne, which I certainly wouldn't have had a problem doing for her, but we can't get down there because of lockdown. So, yeah. So I think I'll have a chat to Georgia about getting her vaccinated so that if those kind of opportunities come up, she might be able to go there, because I think it will become a general rule that if you want to travel, you have to be vaccinated, which is fair enough. So we'll be working on that. That's a big cape. A lot of fabric here. The girls are just heading off to school now. I like Wednesdays, so it's Wednesday morning for me when I'm doing this. I like Wednesdays because they have to catch a bus and stuff, so it means I don't actually have to get them to school because they've got different things going on. It works for me. Alright, now I'm coming in with 118. So I must admit, like, I've been not as active on the social medias and stuff in the last week. I just haven't had the time. But have seen the amount of people that are participating in this hug a day challenge, and it's just incredible to go in and see all of the different interpretations of these guys, and that everyone's, this little tiny book of hugs that wasn't meant to be a colouring book. It's just spreading some real joy out there. And then yesterday I was kind of lurking in Emily's stream because I was doing bits and pieces, and they were talking about the community and the impacts of the community, and I think Shannon, when I watched back hers, was talking about that too. It must have been the kind of day where everyone was being reflective of just what this community offers, and some things that happened in Emily's stream, good things, that brought her to happy tears. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just smiling, and I'm like relaying it to some people, like, oh, this just happened, and oh my gosh, and oh, I'm so happy for her, and all of this kind of stuff. And just hearing and seeing comments in the chat from people coming back in with six, about the impact that just having this network of support offers. And it's not just ladies. We've got a male that has become a very big part of our community in recent months, and we all adore him, and he's just a wonderful man, and the husbands and all of those kinds of things. And it was just the comments from people about how much having this in the current environment, having this outlet has brought them confidence, support, something to look forward to, all of those kinds of things. And it just makes you mindful of just the impact of something as little as doing a video where I'm just chatting away, colouring in, can provide some sort of connection to someone. And Shannon had it right in her stream. It's not about numbers, it's not about how many subscribers you have, it's not about making money, because never going to make money from doing something like this on YouTube. If you're lucky, you might make some that half provides for some more supplies, but it's definitely not a money making scheme. And if you were doing it for the money, then you're crazy. It's more about just the connection that you make, and the friendships you make. I've got people planning trips from overseas to come here, and it'll be coming in with Black now. It will be a tour where it's going to be a family trip along with friends and so forth, where we go and meet members of the community in person, which is just going to be such an amazing thing to be able to do. And the global ability of the interweb to be able to make these connections and make friends with people that you have so much in common with, that you wouldn't have met in any other way. They would have gone about their life and you would have gone about yours and never knew about them, and now you can't imagine them not being part of your life. And it's just an amazing thing. So I decided to do a chatty video today, mainly because the last, with Hell Week and all of that going on, I was too exhausted to actually sit there and even think about stringing words together that weren't something to do with the princess having a ball. So it's nice to just sit here and kind of chat away. I think I'm honestly just rambling, and I've probably repeated myself 5 million times, but that's okay. That's okay. Alright, back over with that light red again. Just making sure it's all blended in. Okay. Alright, so let's do the base of her shoes. I'm going to come in, I don't want to pick out any more colours. 93. And let's come in with 114. And then black. Oh, 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 pencil flying. And what colour do I want to make her socks? Let's go for 108 stockings. There we go. Alright. So we've got that. So that is Belle done. So let's work on the Beast. Okay, let's come in with 93. Belle, Beauty and the Beast is actually my favourite fairy tale. I like the fact that she is, a well-read woman, that young lady that is more about making a difference and being kind and being nice to others, rather than, focusing on falling in love and getting married and all of that kind of stuff. Um, she stands out from the crowd, basically. And then there's a bit of her hair coming over that. I'll have to go put that back in. And then the fact that when she meets the Beast and she takes the time to get to know him, the love develops based on who they are, rather than... So I'm coming in with 101. It's more about the person within rather than the physical appearance, which is an amazing thing. Because personality lasts forever, beauty, goes with time. Yes, it's nice to have that initial attraction to someone based on, their appearance and stuff like that, but that's not what's going to maintain a long relationship. Not that I can talk, because, I'm perpetually single. But that is a choice. We've talked about that, I think, quite often, that I'm single because I choose to be. I don't have any desire or inclination to change that. I don't want to change that. It's something that I am comfortable with. I have enough friends and family out there in there that I'm not, lonely, as you put it. So alright, we're going to come in with 24. So it's a bit more of a red-based brown, just so he stands out a little bit from Belle's hair. Because I sometimes sit there and think about, what it'd be like to get involved with someone again and things. And I honestly, it doesn't, it's not something that, how you sit there and have your dreams about what, future and stuff like that. My dreams don't really often have that idea of having someone like that to share it with. It's more about having my family and friends around me. So I think that says enough in itself. All right, we're going to come in with 114. And like, yeah, there have been opportunities that I could have become involved with someone and things, but I don't want to. And I don't get me wrong. I feel horrible when I have to basically say, listen, it's not you. I'm just not interested. It's physically, mentally something that I'm not prepared for. That I'm just going to use that just to highlight over her hair there too, and bring it in underneath. Okay, I'm going to just come in with a bit of black now, just to in those areas I want to kind of stand out from, to give that separation between him and Belle, and also areas of shading under his ginormous eyebrows, his nose. Alright, so I'm going to come back over. Actually, I think I'm going to come back over with 101, which is kind of like one of the lighter mid-tones that we use. Because I don't want him to have too much of the same undertone as Belle. I've got my finger's gone to sleep over this side. I don't know why. I'm like, probably because I've been holding down the book with it or something. It's like, ooh, she's going to sleep. Okay, let's do a little bit of, I want to come in with 119. And a little bit of 114. And then in with a bit of 96. And I'm going to bring out the good old handy dandy Prisma White and just mute that down a little bit. It's like, yep, finger asleep. Ooh, it's like, yeah. Okay. Let's get on to him and his jacket now. Going to go for 14. waistcoat, the same as well. We've got that, and then we've got 19. Let's see if I can get through a picture without me forgetting something. Probably not. I probably will forget something. Okay, black. Alright, and then back in with 14. Okay, so I'm going to come in with that 14. I'm going to run it just so I know it's here. Down the filigree on his pants. Oh, it's still asleep. I think it's because it's cold. It's gotten a bit cold again. This is the 119. It's gotten a bit cold again during the nights. It's like, ooh. And of course I've put, most of the winter stuff away. And then black. Just so I can define a little bit of the areas in here. Patterning. So I was like, last night I was like, oh, I need to pull the blanket out again. Okay. Alright, we're going to come in. We're nearly done. We're going to come in with 90. Just putting a quick base layer down of this. On these buttons. Going to quickly do his lace trim cuffs while I'm here. So I'm just coming in with a bit of black just to get in the areas of there. And then I'm going to use that Prisoner White. Where did I put you? Shake, 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 shake. That's feel like what I'm doing. Okay, coming in with gold, which is 59. So we kind of get caught up that you can't use the metallic pencils. I'm using a metallic pencil here. I'm using it for the tone and the colour more than the shine. Like I'm using it in conjunction with the other colours that are in the set. So coming in with 119. Alright, then in with 114. I'm going to come back in with the gold, but just before I come back in with that lighter colour, and just run it over most areas except for those main areas of highlight. going to come back in with that 90. I like this combination. It's more of an old gold feel. And I tend to like old gold more than I like new gold, like the real bright yellow gold. I like the more tarnished appearance. Alright, let's come in where the Derwent burnisher, mainly because I want to try it. I pulled it out and went, oh. And this doesn't change the colour, and you're not blending. What it basically doing is just pushing it in there. So it's more about, I don't want to blend the colours together. I like where they are. This is just about pushing the pigment into the paper and making it more cohesive, but it doesn't dull it down. It doesn't do anything like that. It's basically a tooth flattener, if you want to look at it in that way. But there we go. And then just add a little bit of green. So this is, I only picked one green, 79. I'm going to turn the page because I need to. And a little bit of black. Actually, I'm going to bring in a bit of 119. Just to add a little bit of points of difference to the grey on cover. And then come back in just for that green again. Flick out our grass. There we go. Okay. So what I might do, I was going to do two together, but I don't think I will, because this has taken a fair bit of time. It's a fairly detailed one. I'm like, why weren't, when we were picking these, did we not pick like the easiest ones to get done? But, so where we go with Beauty and the Beast, I'll upload this, and then I'm just going to get in and start working on day 14. But I'll make them separate videos. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and as always, remember, be kind, be strong, be a warrior, and I'll see you later. Bye!